Hi, my dear students. Welcome to Akshay Academy. My name is Sivanaga Krishna. Today I am going to explain the lesson is nomenclature, identification and nomenclature. What is nomenclature? What is the purpose of the nomenclature? Nomenclature is called as naming an organism is called nomenclature, as nothing but called name giving to an organism. Organism is nothing but either plant or a animal. So now we are going to discussing nomenclature. So here there is 5 steps are present in our topic. 5 steps. So you can easily remember these 5 steps by singing a song as okay, listen. Identification, describe the organism, compare the characteristics, rules of ICBN, binomial nomenclature. I will sing again so you can easily remember these 5 steps. Okay? Identification, describe the organism, compare the characteristics, rules of ICBN, binomial nomenclature. So by these 5 steps we can clearly describe the nomenclature uh, nomenclature lesson. Okay, so what is nomenclature? I already told you, that is a name giving to an organism. So how could we can give name to an organism? Here there is 5 steps. First step is identification. What is that? Identification. First, when we want to give a name to an organism, first we have to identify the organism. So identification means for searching for a new organism, either plant or animal. This is the botany. So this is botany class. So here we get a new plant. Okay, new plant or a known plant. Okay, how could we give a name to an organism? Here, describe the organism. The second step is discrimination. First of all, we identify an organism, then we should have to describe the organism. So how the root system is, okay, how the stem, what is the aerial parts of a plant, aerial parts of plants, how is the aerial part of the plant. So this is the discrimination or describe. So after onwards, we have to compare the characteristics. So comparing the characteristics. So now we take one plant. This is a new plant. What should we have to do? We have to do compare this plant with herbarium specimen. Oh, we already know herbariums. Okay, herbarium specimen and this new plant, we have to compare the both characteristics. Okay, after comparing, there is maybe some relation between these two plants. So now we can easily name the plant. Okay, why we have to name the plants? Because plants have some regional names. Yes or no? Yes. Because if you take any plant which name is which name is vary from one place to another place. It's vary from one country to another country. So most of scientists got confused. Not only scientists, If we go another part of this word, we will get confused. So we should rupture this confusion. That is why these biologists make a new way, that is nomenclature. So giving one specific name to organisms. So such type of process is called nomenclature. In this nomenclature, there are 5 steps are present. So first step is identification. The second one is describe organism. Describe the organism. The third step is compare the characteristics of new plant or known plant with herbarium, authenticate herbarium specimen. So we can easily give the name. But here, when we give name to a plant or new plant, we should follow the rules of ICBN or principles of ICBN or accepted principles or agreed principles. These are agreed principles. So rules. What are the rules by ICBN? So here we should know that is ICBN. What is the full form of ICBN? So here I means international, C means code for botanical nomenclature. Here, so I internationally accepted code actually. So code is nothing but rule, nothing but principles, nothing but accepted principles. Okay, through the accepted principles, botanical name we can give to the botany. Botanics means nothing but for plants, name to the plants. So what are those botanical principles? According to ICBN, here when we take any plant which carries 2 names, how many names? 2 names. So this 2 names system is called as binomial nomenclature. So any plant, any organisms which carries how many names? 2 names. Very good. These 2 names are 2 components. How many components? 2 components. For example, if you take a plant which name is Mangifera indica. This is the name of mango. So we call mango. But here, how many names which have? This plant, this tree has 2 names. This 2 name system is called what is? Binomial nomenclature. What is that? Binomial nomenclature. Here, so 2 components. First component is called generic name. What is that? Generic name. The second component called specific epithet, or generic name is nothing but called as genus, and specific epithet is nothing but called as species. Okay, these 2 components. That is why the system of name nomenclature is called as binomial nomenclature. Okay, through this binomial nomenclature, this system, these rules are provided by ICBN. Binomial nomenclature is one of the process which is introduced by who introduced this process? This process is introduced by one scientist who is a famous scientist, is Linnaeus. Here, binomial. So, nomial means names, bi means two. Here, bi means two named nomenclature system. That is why we call it binomial nomenclature. So here in binomial nomenclature, the ICBM provides some rules. ICBM provides some rules. What are those rules? Now we are going to discuss. First of all, every organism contain how many names? Two names or two components. Here, how many components in binomial nomenclature? Two components. First, in two components, first one is called as generic name. Second one is called as specific epithet. So generic name is nothing but called as genus. Specific epithet is nothing but called as species. Okay. So in binomial nomenclature, there is a second rule. The botanical name or biological name or scientific name. So this name is called in binomial nomenclature. The name is called biological name or scientific name or botanical name. Okay. So here this is the botanical name or scientific name or biological name. So the biological names, first and second components written are these are originated from Latin language. These words must be originated from or these words must be carried from Latin words according to ICBM. So where from these two names carries or taken or derived from the Latin language. Here, Mangifera indica, these two words are not from English, not part of the India or any other. So this is the Latinized words. Okay. Next, and Latinized, and when we write these two scientific names, and we should print this botanical name in italics only, italics font. So we already know about italics font. The italics fonts always like this. Okay. Next one, the third one. When we want to write manually, we should underline these two components. Okay. So Mangifera indica. So now I am writing these two words here. See carefully, watch carefully. Mangifera, Mangifera indica. When we write manually by hand, we should underline these two components. Okay, this is the third rule of the ICBM. The fourth rule of the ICBM is the first letter of the genus must be written in capital letter. First letter of genus must be written in capital letter, and the first letter of the second component write in small letter. Okay. Next one, after these two genus and species, we can add author's name also. So here now I am going to write the Mangifera indica plus Linnaeus. So here Linnaeus is nothing but called. He is the author of that plant. He is identify that plant, that tree. That is why Linnaeus name is after the Mangifera indica Linnaeus. Okay, these are the rules of ICBL. This is the system of nomenclature. If you like my explanation, please press the like button and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.